What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to Bald Man Reacts. I got a request a couple of days ago for a female visual K band, the name of Exist Trace. Now, I do not remember who made the request. I cannot find it. I've looked a few times. So, I do apologize to you who made the request. We're going to check out the track True. I know I got True and Resonance as the suggestions. So let's check out True. I've never heard them before. I'm not sure what I'm going to get anytime I check out a visual K band, because the sound can differ from band to band. So let's get into it. The band is Exist Trace, the track is True, and here we go. Definitely a bit of that nu metal sound here. Nice heavy riffing. Really cool guitar harmonies going on. I like her voice. Really solid drum work. Definitely that nu metal sound. I like it. I like her voice. Certainly get a bit of newer Gazette in their sound. I like that guitar harmony there. I like how this is evolving a little bit in the chorus there. Pre-chorus anyway. Chorus is definitely on the poppier side. I do wish the rhythm guitars were a bit more forward in the mix. I mean, I like being able to hear the lead tone, but it's a little overpowering at points. It's also unusual because normally in a set of headphones, the rhythm's on the right side and the lead's on the left. It's reversed here. I like the break here. It's solid, but I feel like it's lacking balls. I want that rhythm tone to be nastier if you're gonna do something like that. Cool harmonies there. Locking in, I like it. I like the cleans. I like the bass work. It's probably the best tone out of the bunch. like this progression, but I want it to sound heavier. All right, that was Exist Trace and Track True. It was solid. It was a familiar track. You know, the more I hear a lot of Visual Kei, especially more Visual Kei as in the past 8 years of when they recorded this stuff. And this one looks like it was 2011. You do get a lot of that familiarity of bands emulating each other, and it happens in every style, regardless of what nationality you happen to be. They're certainly playing off their influences here in this track. Production wise, I'm not a fan of how it's split in between the ears on the headphones. It's not very balanced between left and right. It seems like the left side is a bit less balanced, the right side's overloaded. I'm not a huge fan of the lead tone being on the right side as the left tone, the lead tone and the rhythm tone being on the left, as opposed to how most engineers mix, where the lead tone's on the left side and more of the rhythm tone is on the right. I don't know what they recorded with as far as amps go, but in the video they're rocking a Hughes and Kettner and Mesa, and with that, with those kind of big, expensive, high gain amps, I expect a bigger tone from a rhythm tone. I expect a bigger, more well-defined lead sound, and lead sound wasn't bad. The guitar tone wasn't. It was crunchy to a point, but it didn't just. It might have been the mixing, but when you're doing heavy music like this, you're emulating new metal and the heavier spectrum, and you're down tuning. I expect those guitars to be big. I expect them to be huge. I expect them to dominate what they're doing in the track, and they're not. The production, the mix job really sounds sterile. I hate to use that term, but it does. It just lacks balls. It lacks that heaviness. It lacks that aggression. The poppy elements are good. They're expected in a lot of Visual Kei. They come from that heavy rhythm and that heavy verse, and into a pre-chorus and into a very poppy chorus. I like her voice. I don't love her voice. I think it's good, and like I said with One OK Rock, I feel like it fits what they're doing, but I'm not overly blown away by it. She's got a nice tone, but there's points, especially in the chorus, where I feel like she's straining. They could have gone a little bit lower and given her a little more room to work. And sometimes that's truly what you have to do. A lot of bands will tune even lower than they do on a record live to be able to give their singer a little more room. Evergrey is a good example. They tune even lower live for stuff like Recreation Day because Tom struggles to hit the album pitch when he's singing live, especially now that they're that many years older. So I probably would have tuned a little bit lower and given her a little more room. Drums were solid. They were really straightforward. Held the groove. I want to hear some more stuff from them. Something maybe a little bit later, like as a newer, so can hear more of what they're capable of. I think it's a solid. It's an okay to a decent track. You know, they certainly have promise, and I'd like to hear more, and I'd like to hear how they've evolved. But in the genre that they're doing, and being stuck inside of Visual Kei, and you're dealing with a lot of bands that are really talented, and definitely dealing with some of the heavyweights like Dir en grey and the Gazette, you know, you've got to step your game up and really got to be on it to stand out amongst such a crowded, talented field. So appreciate the request. Certainly give me some other tracks for them to check out, maybe something a little newer, a little bit more modern, and I will try to get the video up quicker because I do want to have a better take. Thank you all so much for being here. Thank you all for the support. Please, please, please open your mind a little bit and check out the weekly segment I'm starting to do with Portuguese Distortion. Give these bands that don't have the exposure some love. You might find something that you like. I do a lot of different stuff on the channel, and I do a lot of different styles. And the Japanese stuff, honestly, is something that I really haven't listened to until I started doing the channel. It's something I had to be open-minded about going in and checking stuff out. So please, please do the same. Please give some of these other bands and other videos I do some love, because they deserve it. They're busting their proverbial rear ends to put out good stuff and try to make it like so many bands are. So I appreciate that. Thank you all so much. Thank you for being here. Thank you to my law enforcement, military, veterans, and first responders for what you do every single day. I love and I appreciate you. As always, you have been awesome. I've been Baldman. I'll see you in the next one. Be excellent to each other and keep